BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? How's everybody doing? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. Okay, we got a lot to talk about. Okay, first, I want to say this real quick. Obviously, this show is going to be about all of the snitches. We got snitches on the right of us. We got snitches on the left of us. Yeah, that was the right direction for me, at least. This is my right. This is my left. We got... Okay, so does anybody else have this problem? I'm kind of dexterous. What I mean by is generally I do everything with my left hand, but I'm a righty. Like generally I do everything with my left, but I'm a righty. Like right now, we was gonna toss a football. I'll be able to toss the football with my left, no problem at all. You wouldn't even be able to really tell the difference. It'll look a little girly when I'm throwing, but generally you wouldn't be able to tell the difference. 4 years I ate with my left. I had to just start again eating with my right. So I basically do almost everything with my left. Do anybody else have that problem? You be like, you can't remember what your right and your left is sometimes, or because you use both hands. Okay, so real quick, shout out to my brother Ty. So we're walking to the store one day. It was like dusk. Wait, what's dusk? Dusk is when it's getting dark, right? So it's like dusk, and we're walking to the store, and I'm probably about 3 years old, right? So they make him take me to the store, but that's because when you send him to the store, he just going to the store. It still take him 4 hours to come back. So anyway, we're walking to the store, and I remember this like it was yesterday. And we're walking past. There's a lot that's next to where I live at. We live here. There's a house. There's another house, and then there's like at that time there was like the people that fix your cars, and then there's a big ass lot, right? So we're walking past the lot. And I asked him, what's my right and my left hand? And then right after the lot, there's like this, I don't know, some business factory, little small building or whatever. And he says, what hand do you write with? So I said, I write with this hand. This is my right hand. So he said, that's your right. So for years, because he didn't explain this, I thought your right was just whatever hand you wrote with. I'm a 3-year-old, man. You got to give me, I got all of my memories damn near. I'm a 3-year-old, man. You got to explain that a little bit better. Anyway, how's everybody doing today? I'm hoping everybody's having a beautiful day. He's also the one that taught me how to read when I was about like 4 years old. He taught me how to read. My stepmother, Bertha Taylor, R.I.P. Bertha Taylor. She kind of like made him sit down and give me lessons on how to read when I was like 4. So I learned how to read kind of when I was like 4. I was pretty good at it. By the time I got to for Head Start and in elementary school, first grade and everything, I was way ahead of all the other kids. Like I felt out of place. I am not gonna lie. I would literally just sit in the class, and that's when I realized, yo, you know what? My big brother taught me how to read because these niggas don't know shit. Anyway, today we're gonna be talking about all of the snitches. Snitches on the right of us, snitches on the left of us. Oh man, we got a little bit of stuff to talk about. Blueface. I'm probably gonna lead the show off with that. I need one moment because I hit the start button, but I wasn't ready. Give me one moment. We're gonna be right back. All right, so I wanted to add this before the show even started. All black men go get life insurance, right? But Don't tell nobody about it. The reason is to explain. You want to leave something to the people who you love, right? You want them to be able to bury you, right? Boom, go get life insurance, right? But also remember, this is very important. Don't let some of them know because they might kill you. So the only people you want to tell you got life insurance to is the police officer when they pull a gun on you. Because I promise you, if the police officer knows that you got life insurance on you, they're not going to want to kill you. Because you know who's going to come after the government? The freaking life insurance companies. They're going to come after them mofos. So get life insurance, right? And maybe have the card on you or whatever, however that works, so that when police stop you, they know that you got life insurance. That's probably the main reason why white folks get it a lot easier than us. Because they like, if we kill this white dude, we gonna have $1 billion company trying to make sure that they don't pay out. With that being said, I actually want to start off with the Lil Baby conversation, the Lil Baby Blueface, because that's going to be the quickest. So I want to get this out of the way. Just give me 1 minute. I want to say something real quick. I just want to say something real quick. So I'm going to tell you what happened. So for everybody that don't know. Okay, so I do not follow Blueface and Chrisean Rock. There's a reason why I don't follow that. Because it's toxic. I don't really want to know what the hell is going on with them. Apparently, somebody bust the windows out of Blueface's establishment recently. And people are blaming Chris Brown for some strange reason. Chris Brown's all the way in a whole nother country doing a tour. What the hell are you? You think Chris Brown jumped on a plane? Anyway, we don't got time for that. When you have toxicity around you, what happens is this. Listen and pay attention. Pay attention. Everything that Satan gives you, he eventually takes back. See, when God gives you something, he doesn't take it back from you because you earned it. He sends you through whatever your trial and tribulation is before you get to the thing that he's going to give you. So when you get the thing that comes from the Most High, there's no need for him to take it back. You can lose it through the ignorance. Don't get this confused. But there's no reason for him to take it back. And that's why some of us get a certain level of acclaim, and then all of a sudden it goes the way of the dinosaur. Because what we didn't know was the thing that was fueling our success was us accidentally, most likely, doing something that was pushing an agenda of Satan's. So Satan was helping. Then when you stop pushing that agenda, Satan doesn't only stop helping, he actually takes back everything that he's given you. So he tries to destroy you at that point because now you're doing things that is pushing the Most High's agenda. So hold on, bear with me. So I don't really care to be in the circuit, be in the circumference, be in the atmosphere, be in the way or around individuals that I know are benefiting off of their toxic behavior. Because if I even start benefiting by osmosis, what happens is then those things are going to be taken away from me because those things are from Satan. Those things are not from God. So in this situation that's happening with Blueface, don't be surprised if everything starts crumbling. Now, one of the things that these dudes do, and this, I'm not knocking nobody, I'm just going to tell you about a story real quick. Blueface has a tattoo. One of his tattoos is of a New York City jewelry company. It's in his head. So I always was like, why in the hell? Why in the hell? So apparently he owed those guys money. A lot of money. And the way that he made it right with them, allegedly, was by getting the name of their company tattooed on him, so he's a walking billboard. So now when you look at all of these rappers that keep getting all of these tattoos on them, when you look at these rappers and you see that they got a tattoo of, I don't know, some random shit. When you look at these rappers and you see that they got a tattoo of some dude, some name of another person on them, just something to be mindful of. That's it. So anyway, so Blueface's establishment that he has, I think they call it Blueface like fish and grits or something. I don't know what they call this thing. So Blueface's I'm doing a thing. So Blueface's establishment, they knocked all the windows out. Yeah, all the windows is busted out of the front of the establishment. Obviously, he's not going to be doing business for a little while, whatever the case is. They got to get all that shit fixed up, yada yada. It shouldn't be a big problem. It's not a big deal. All right, boom. But I want to say something real quick. See, this is what happens when you're out there pushing toxicity, especially when you're pushing it on somebody that the Lord might now be protecting. So be mindful of people when they come inside of the Lord's protection. A lot of times, it takes a minute for the Lord to decide to start protecting them in certain ways. The Lord's always protecting us, but he's not always protecting us the same. And when we start coming inside of whatever our purpose is or whatever the thing that we're supposed to be doing, he protects us different. The further we move away from Satan, he protects us different. So I'm saying all of this to say this. Lil Baby apparently was in Krishan Rock's DMs and it said, "It's Baby." Right? And then, just off the strength of that, there was no more said yet. Blueface goes and talks about how Lil Baby, we started that over here. Now everybody else is doing the baby thing. The baby, everybody's doing that now. We started that, by the way. With the baby, we started that. So now, just so we could be clear, that Blueface decided that he was going to shoot at Lil Baby over this, right? Yo, why you trying to get with my chick? All these dudes in your DM. I'm going to say something real quick. Lil Baby is maybe the most getting in any kind of BS mofo on the internet of a rapper. I don't know a rapper that's less getting into bullshit and BS that don't matter than Lil Baby. That's a fact. He avoids everything. They walk up to him, they try to ask him questions about people being in jail. He said he don't talk English. So, I say this with all due respect. I doubt very much he was trying to bang homegirl. Blueface, stop clout chasing. Not everybody wants that girl. She's toxic. People might want to be seen in pictures with her. People might want to be seen walking around with her or whatever because that's just celebrity shit. But I promise you, not one of them dudes want to date your woman. They don't want the problems that come with her. And I'm talking about the problems that come specifically with her. Like she's a problem. No legitimate, intelligent person who is rich, and yes, I'm including you into this, would want to date someone who... I'm going to tell you why I think they push her to the forefront of the media. Because she's exactly what they want our black women to be. She is exactly what they want our black women to be. Unintelligible. Difficult to deal with. Masculine. That's what they want our black women to be. They want our black women to fight their man all the time. They want our black women to never know how to defer to their man or just, you know what, we'll wait to get home to talk about this. We're gonna do what you want to do now, but later on, we're gonna have a discussion about this. So if this comes back up again, you know how I feel in the moment. They want our black women to argue with us at the spot. That's what they want. That's why they're pushing Blueface and this girl in our faces like that. If that other dude had any charisma, you know, the dude that's like, I think this like this light-skinned guy or white guy, I don't know what the hell he is, but he's doing the whole polygamy thing. If he was good at that, if he had personality and knew how to create content, I promise you, he would have their spot. Now, I say all this to say that, listen, when I meet somebody and I'm trying to keep in contact with them, we about to get on the snitching shit. Give me 2 seconds. When I meet somebody and I'm trying to get, how do you say, we're going to network. I always have them DM me or I DM them and I say specific things so I understand our relationship. You understand? All he said was, it's baby. Now, I'm going to tell you why I believe Blueface is feeling away. Because his broad was going on the tour, banging everybody in every city she dropped off at. He can't get rid of her if he wanted. If he didn't want to date her no more, he can't. They're in some kind of contract. He can't stop dating her. He loses his television show. He loses maybe almost everything that he has right now if he stopped dating Krishan Rock. And I'm going to explain to you why. Tell me what's interesting about Blueface other than his relationship with her. I don't find it interesting, but if you can think of an interesting thing about Blueface, put it in the comment section. Now let's talk about these snitches. When was the last time he even made music? He's also a terrible rapper. Let's talk about this. Could we start with Gunna? I want to start with Gunna for a minute. All right, before we get to this Woody guy, I want to start with Gunna. Let me make sure I got everything for y'all to be seen. I want to start with Gunna. I'm going to explain to you why I want to start with Gunna. So Gunna's lawyer has recently come out and say Gunna didn't snitch. Gunna has no plans on taking the stand, basically. They're not going to use anything that Gunna said, this and this and that. Look, homeboy, you want to know what happened? I'm going to tell you what happened to your Gunna guy, your whole Gunna theory. When he was in court doing the snitching, they had somebody in court recording. I'm going to say this again. When he was in court doing the snitching, they had somebody in court recording. Recording. You get it? We all know that he said that YSL is a gang. Not just YSL is a gang, but the actual record label. The record label is the gang. He said that in court. It's transcripted. Y'all didn't know there was anybody there recording. I'm pretty sure whoever was there recording is a real one. It might not even have been a content creator. It was just a real one. They were recording. I don't care what you say about anything else. He said that YSL, the record label, is a street gang, a dangerous street gang that needs to be stopped. He also said he has first-hand witnessed individuals commit crimes in the furtherance of the YSL record label that's also a street gang furtherance of. So, no, we're not doing that. There's no amount of Gunna didn't say this, Gunna didn't say that that's ever gonna work. You dudes might as well start linking up with other snitches and making music. I'm serious too. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. If I was Gunna, it's real talk, I would never be Gunna. Because I would have never started doing the street shit and fucking our communities up. I wouldn't be snitching, but I damn sure ain't doing the street shit fucking our communities up. So I can never be Gunna. I don't want to be down. You understand? Niggas like Gunna want to be down. You understand what I'm saying? Niggas like, with all due respect, people like Tekashi, they want to be down. I don't want to be down. I'm going to say something real quick, and this is not a knock on anybody or disrespect to anybody. That's the problem some people kind of have with me, that I don't want to be down. So when they met me and they thought all of the things they were saying to me was interesting because, you know, I wanted to be down, I never wanted to be down. I'm just a regular dude doing my regular things with my regular business. That's it. I don't want to be down. I don't feel like I need to be a part of anything illegal in order to get shit moving. I don't even feel like I need to be a part of anything legal in order to get shit moving. I don't want to be down. Y'all invite people into y'all circle that's trying to be down. And then y'all wonder why everything goes the way of the dinosaur. You wonder why niggas snitch. They was just wanting to be down. Of course they're gonna snitch. What are you talking about? That was trying to show how connected you was and how tough you was and how everything else. So you allow people to be part of your fraternity that shouldn't have been a part of it. That's just what it is. With that also being said, I don't want people committing crimes. Zero to crimes. I don't want any crimes being committed. I'm not here for the crimes. Did I say that enough? Let me plug this in. I don't care who care. I don't care what anybody think about it. In most gangs, at least 75% of them dudes just want to be down. There's only a couple of real ones. Everybody else want to be down. And most of the people that just want to be down is the people that's always encouraging crimes. They just want to be down. What the hell, fam? Shout out to Fancy Black. Shout out to Fancy Black. Shout out to Jam Just a Menace. Shout out to Slick Murder. Shout out to Slim Tim, RIP to Slim Tim. Shout out to OD. Shout out to Shot, DJ Ism. There's a couple of others. I'm not gonna just name everybody's names because I'll be here for a couple of minutes. There's a couple of others. But shout out to all my inner circle niggas I grew up with. Because we didn't hang out with niggas that just wanted to be down. You get it? Shout out to Val, my cousin. Salute to all of y'all. We didn't hang out with people that just wanted to be down. You understand? That is be inviting people around y'all that just want to be down. And then y'all wonder why y'all get snitched on. Y'all wonder why y'all be in the middle of doing a crime you should have never started in the first place. Because you hanging out with people that just want to be down. Sheesh. I'm pulling some stuff up and shit. That's why we're in the middle of all this talking. So I want to be clear about something, and I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Pay attention. Nobody thought that Gunna was a real one. They just wanted to get Gunna over because he was a rapper and he was good at rapping. That's it. You can't, there's nothing you could tell me that could make me think that any of those people thought that Gunna was a real one. I laughed whenever I saw Gunna talking all of that no snitching shit. I laughed. Y'all keep thinking these dudes is real because they busy got the biggest mouth and doing all the talking. Y'all gonna stay going to jail and deserving it. Copy? Y'all gonna stay going to jail and deserving it. Just so we could be clear. Because y'all keep thinking these dudes is real ones because they the dudes talking all the smack. Because they the tough guy. He's talking crazy. He gotta be a real one. No, nigga. You know what the real one is going to do? He's going to first try to talk you out of the bad idea. He's not going to be so quick to help you do it. I'm going to say that again. You know what the real one is going to do? First, he's going to try to talk you out of the bad idea. I don't think you should be doing that shit. That shit sound dangerous. How we gonna get away? How y'all even committing crimes? This is the part. I just want to say this real quick, and I want to harp on this. But the most important part of committing a crime is getting away. That's more important than it being successful. Because if you don't get away, it was not successful. Y'all dudes, if people thought like that, there would be just less crimes. Period. Because there'd be so many things that you would just not do because we ain't gonna get away. Nah, we ain't gonna get away. I'm not doing that shit. How we gonna get away? No, we gonna figure it out. You figure it out. I'm gonna be home. Matter of fact, why did you tell me about this shit? Go do a different crime. So I just want to get on that gunner shit. Nobody believes your lawyer gunner. I don't even know how people believed you was a criminal. I don't know how anybody even believed you was gangster. Just to keep it a stack. People believe that shit. Dumb niggas that you told on, they deserved it. Because you was never built like that, and they should have never had you in that type of forum. They deserved it. Every last nigga that you told on, every last person that decided that they was gonna co-sign your fakery, they deserved it. Could we start just calling it what it is? Could we stop pretending like a lot of these dudes don't deserve to go to jail? Not just because they part of a crime network, but because they're not even doing anything not to get caught. You'll watch a whole entire movie. This is the part. Listen, you'll watch a whole entire movie with a majority of the movie, they're not talking about committing the crime. They're trying to figure out how not to get caught. And then you niggas still come out here in the real world and you don't even think about a getaway plan. If you don't have a getaway plan, don't commit the crime. Crimes will go down like 50%. Probably even more than that. When people start realizing, yo, there's no way to get away. Know how many crimes people would just stop doing? You got people shooting at people in broad daylight. Period. Mask or no mask. Every single last one of you doing that, you going to jail. You should have knew that before you pulled the gun. And you know what? You deserve to go to jail. You want to know why? Guess who's outside in the middle of the broad daylight? Kids. Old folk who too scared to come outside when it get dark. Mothers pushing strollers. And y'all walking around in broad daylight banging that thing. I'm going to explain this one more time. If you are shooting a gun in New York City, they can literally track you from wherever you are all the way back home because of how many cameras they are. You don't believe me? How did they get the people that shot how did they get the people that they're saying that's going to be on trial for the murder of FBG Duck? They used the cameras in Chicago to trail those dudes all the way around the city. They even know how many stops they made and who they talked to. Y'all dudes are committing crimes that there's no way you're going to be able to get away from. There's no way you're going to be able to get off of. Y'all committing crimes under the pretense that the only way you could get caught is if somebody snitched. And I'm saying, if you shooting a gun in broad daylight, you snitched on yourself. How the hell is people talking about Gunna was a real one? Real one how? Also, don't tell me about no crimes you plan on committing. I don't care who you are. I don't want to know. Because I don't want to go to jail. Because I'm not going to snitch. So I don't even want to know. Don't tell me about it. Don't. If you come up to me and start telling me about a crime that you plan on committing or that you did do, and I'm going to be so pissed. We might have to fight. Did the statutes of limitations run out? Are you telling me because you want me to help you turn yourself in? Because I'm not going to snitch. So you literally trying to send me to jail with you. Don't tell me about shit. Especially if you my friend. What the hell? You know how many people locked up right now because their friend came and told them about a crime that they committed or planned on committing, and their friend didn't tell on them, so now their friend is probably doing 5 and 10 with them. And they locked up, and they busy saying, yo, look, man, I didn't snitch, though. Did you commit the crime? Nah, so you got no benefits. Nah, so you didn't get nothing out of it. Nah, so you're just in jail right now because some idiot told you about a crime that he was committing, and he wanted to help. He needed help getting out of the. He needed help getting away because he didn't have a plan. Yeah, basically, you're an idiot. Don't tell me about no damn crimes. I promise. I don't want to be a part of it at all. If you're not coming to me for me to minister you on something better to do with your life, don't tell me about it. Because then you come into me under the understanding that when the police come up to me, I have the okay. If you're not coming to me to tell me for that purpose, then don't tell me. I don't want to know. I am not clergy. I'm also not a lawyer. I could be told, if you don't tell us what happened, we're gonna say that you was a part of the situation because you knew. And then to add insult to injury and make all this even worse, if you go hurt somebody and I know about it and I don't do nothing about it at all, I'm guilty in God's eyes. So don't come try to mess my soul up. Copy? I got plans for it after it leaves this body. We got plans. Sheesh. I got a thing I want y'all to see. I don't know if this is the short or the long one. I think this is the long one. Let's see. I think this is the short one. I don't know which one this is. Hold on. All right, this is the long one. Let's go.
Who?
You know who.
I don't know who. There's so much going on in the city. I don't know who. You're gonna have to. Your friend's not here. Nobody can hear you. Like, your friend's not here. We moved him for that.
The personality think that I did tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Bug?
I didn't say no name. This nigga here is so smart. He moving different. It's hard to keep up with how he moving.
What do you mean?
So he not moving how he used to move. Reckless. He moved different, but he want this nigga so bad that he's back reckless. No, it's different because they trust me. They trust me. Even with the situation with me and Thug, we both look at each other sideways.
One more time.
Am I supposed to get killed tonight?
Who?
You know who.
I don't know who.
Just so we could be clear, I think he was capping this whole time. I think he's just capping. I think he's just lying right here. Just so we could be clear, I think he's just lying.
There's so much going on in the city. I don't know who. You're gonna have to. Your friend's not here. Nobody can hear you. Like, your friend's not here. We moved him for that.
The personality think that I did tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as.
Shout out to whoever put the words on the screen.
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
Seen the head nod? I'm gonna rewind it a little bit though.
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about?
Listen. Or
the
look.
Person y'all just think that I did tell me anything. He won't.
The person y'all think he out there telling everything, he wants him. Listen. Did you listen? Read that sentence. The person y'all think he out there telling everything. The person y'all think he out there telling everything. He wants him. So somebody was snitching. Somebody was telling on Thug. So Thug, listen. The person y'all think, there's so many snitches out here in the street. They everywhere. The person y'all think he out there telling everything. I don't think he lying on that part.
The person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't.
Also, I don't know if this is right. Now, listen to that again. I think the person who subtitled this might be wrong. I don't know if that's what he said. Listen to what he says again.
He won't. Him just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't.
The person y'all think I didn't tell anything. That's what I think he's saying. But this person is saying the person y'all think he out there telling everything. He wants him. I don't think that's what he's saying, though. But everybody's snitching. Listen. Listen closely. Put your hands over the words or some shit.
The person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't.
The person y'all just think I didn't tell me anything.
He won't. The person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't. The person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't. Him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Thug?
I didn't say no name.
He just nodded his head when homegirl said Jeffrey.
I didn't tell me anything. He won't. Him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
Look.
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
Now, I want y'all to pay attention to something real quick when that happens again. Notice how his leg changes rhythm, like it's about to stop and then start again. So when I think he's telling the truth, I think that his legs, okay, look, listen, pay attention. Look at his legs and look at his head, right? So watch this. He changes his body language slightly. Also, he's smiling right there, if you can't tell.
Anything. He won't. Him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Thug?
I didn't say no name.
No leg shaking.
He's so smart. He moving different. It's hard to keep up with how he moves.
He's telling the truth right here. No leg shaking.
He not moving how.
This is genuinely how he feels right now.
He moves different, but he want this nigga so bad that he's better reckless. No, it's different because they trust me. They trust me. Even with the situation with me and Thug.
Look how comfortable he is now. I'm gonna rewind this whole thing one more time. Pay attention to his body language.
I'm supposed to get killed.
Yes, I do this.
Who?
You know who.
I don't know who. But there's so much going on in the city. I don't know who. You're gonna have to. Your friend's not here. Nobody can hear you. Like, your friend's not here. We moved him for that purpose.
The person y'all just think that I didn't tell me anything. He won't. Him.
He's lying right here.
So you're talking about Jeffrey?
And just so we could be clear what he's lying about the whole thing in the beginning when he's trying to say that he's got a hit out on him for that night. That's what he's lying about.
I'm supposed to get killed tonight.
Who?
You know who.
I don't know who. There's so much going on in the city. I don't know who. You're gonna have to.
There is no
your
hit.
friend's not here.
Just
Nobody
put
can
out
hear
on
you. Like,
you
your friend's
that
not
night.
here.
This is a lie.
The personality think that I didn't tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it younger?
Look, no leg shaking.
I didn't say no name. This nigga here is so smart. He moving different.
Notice when he start telling the truth, he said he's not saying no names. When his leg was doing all of that shaking, what did he say? She said Jeffrey. He nodded yes. Just pay attention. This is the reason why these niggas is so dangerous. I'm gonna explain why these niggas is so dangerous. These is the same niggas that's ready to go do the crimes that they gonna snitch on the other people and say that they sent me to go do the crime. This dude is locked up, right? He's doing whatever. You know where he would probably be if Young Thug didn't give him opportunities? If he couldn't get opportunities through whatever the hell was happening with Young Thug, you know where he'd be right now? He don't look like he could hold the damn job. He look like he could hold the job. And when I mean that by some people ain't even capable of lifting up boxes and walking from here to there. Some people not even capable of doing that. So don't say he could just go, do hard labor. A lot of people not capable of doing the hard labor. They could do it for a day or two. They could do it 1 or 2 days out the week. But not everybody is capable of waking up 5 days out the week, 6 days out the week, and going and go do some job that's breaking their damn back. Everybody's not capable of doing that. Okay? Some people got real drug problems. They just can't. Some people don't have the discipline. They just can't. You get it? Not everybody is capable of doing hard labor jobs. And I hate that people try to make it seem like that. That, all you got to do is go. Some people ain't capable. I've worked at a lot of different jobs, hard labor, doing quite a few different things. Not everybody has the discipline to wake up in the morning and go do some shit that they don't want to do. Copy? And that's why school is so important. Because school, even if you're not going there to learn, you're going there to do one thing, learn how to get along with other people, right? Learn how to work together with others, right? And also the discipline of getting up on time and being somewhere on time to go do a thing. School is important. Even if you go there and your grades are terrible, school is still important. These are the type of dudes that didn't go to school. These are the type of dudes that when it was time for school, they went and cut. They went and hung out at their friends' house. I'm going to tell y'all a story real quick. There was like a 2-3 month period. I'm surprised that I did so well that year. That I had a friend, shout out to Lamont, and I had a lot of trouble at home. I don't want to talk about what that trouble was, right? So I had a lot of trouble at home. And so I used to wake up, and Lamont, he transferred from the school that he was going to, and he transferred to my school. Shout out to Lamont, and shout out to Fonzo. Shout out to, there's like quite a few more people I could even name. They transferred from their schools and came to the school I was going to. Yes, my nigga, I'm that dude. Just so we could be clear. My friends was transferring from the schools that they went to come to the school I was going to and go to Truman. This is a fact. But hold on, that's a whole nother story. Shout out to Lamont. So I used to wake up and go hang out at Lamont's crib, and I used to go pick him up to go to school. But I go to his crib. It's 9 o'clock in the morning. It's 8 o'clock in the morning or whatever. His mom's went to work, and so he got food in his crib. So I used to just go to his crib, eat, get fucking niggeritis. I'm waking up. It's like 11 o'clock. My school, it take like an hour to get there. So by the time I get to my school, it's gonna be like 1 o'clock. It's gonna be time for me to go home. So for like 2-3 months, I did that. And then it just came to a point where I was like, I miss school. I'm not even talking about the learning. I'm not even talking about being scared I'm going to get left back. I'm not even talking about being scared of my grades and none of that shit. I just miss school. That's it. I just miss going to school. I miss going to school so much that after I graduated, I was in it. I think I took like a year off, a year and a half off, and then I just enrolled in colleges. I just miss going. I miss going to school right now. I'm not even gonna lie to you. When we get this shit going the right way, I might just go take classes. This is a factual statement. I might just go take classes. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So some dudes, they don't have the capacity. They don't have the discipline to wake up in the morning and go to work. They don't have the discipline. You understand what I'm saying? And I believe that that's part of the problem. Let me just say something real quick. I believe that that's part of the problem of what we have in our neighborhoods. It's not a lack, it's a lack of discipline. That's why you got these kids running around shooting each other up. Most of them ain't even smoking weed. They think they smoking weed. First of all, also, the weed that we have now ain't the weed that we had when I was growing up. Them THC levels is through the roof. Hold on, let me show y'all something real quick. I know that I do this a lot where we're having a conversation and then I break off and I have a real quick say something about something, but this is important. Studies have shown that smoking pot is linked to developing schizophrenia and or other disorders that involve psychosis at a young age. Some studies show that smoking pot is linked to developing schizophrenia or other disorders that are involved in a young age. That matters because the disorder that starts early often gets worse as the child gets older. And unfortunately, stopping using the marijuana will not make the disorder go away. This was published February 9th, 2023. The more you know. Now look, all the way back to August 2nd, 2018, some children with psychotic experiences are at an increased risk to develop a psychosis and other psychiatric disorders. Y'all got mofos out here that, absent the weed, y'all got mofos out here that's traumatizing their children and then sending those children out into society where you're trying to teach your kid the right way to live. And then you know what's happening? Those children are killing your children. Those children are robbing your children. Those children are taking it or graping, because we don't say the word without the G no more. Your children. Evidence is mounting that regular marijuana use increases the chance that a teenager would develop a psychosis. March 7th, 2011. My dude, I'm literally out here telling y'all shit that's factual shit. If people want to come argue with me on whatever, I got the internet right here. Remember, before we wasn't on StreamYard. So people will go back and forth with me over shit that they don't know what the hell they talking about. Now we on StreamYard, I could bring the shit right up so you can see. Listen and pay attention. You got people that are traumatizing their children in the home. I had to go through that. I lived with a father that would try to traumatize me almost every single day. You understand? And then kick me out the house. You understand? So people are in competition with their children. My father has always been in competition with me, and he don't make no bones about it. He upfront with it. You understand? He think it's me or him. You understand? Literally, my own father think it's me or him. In any regard. People are traumatizing their children and kicking their children out of the house. And then on top of that, what do a lot of kids do? Smoke weed. Just so we can see who's writing this. This came from Child Mind Organization, right? This is from Reuters, as you can see, whatever that's called. This is from Harvard. This is from Harvard. Evidence is mounting that regular marijuana use increases the chance that a teenager will. So these are not my words. So for the people that want to argue against me, go argue with them.
He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Thug?
I didn't say no name. Didn't even hear so.
Because Young Thug he might want the dude gone, but he didn't put nothing out for him that night. He just lying. That's why over here, you're going to see his legs shaking like crazy. And then you're going to see his legs stop shaking when he starts being more honest. Look.
The person reality is thinking that I didn't tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey? I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Thug?
I didn't say no name. Didn't even hear so smart. He moving different. It's hard to keep up with how he moving.
What do you mean?
So he not moving how he used to move. Reckless. He moved different, but he want this nigga so bad that he's back reckless. No, it's different because they trust me. They trust me. Even with the situation with me and Thug, we both look at each other sideways.
I want to see what he says right there. We both looked at each other sideways when we were around, but he's steady talking. So Thug already knew that this dude was no good. Look, he telling you right there, Thug know I'm no good. Thug know I'm a snitch. He's saying it right there. Thug know what this dude is up to, but he's still, I don't even got time for these dudes. Listen to this.
Yeah, they do this a lot. I just look at him like, he's still stupid. You know what I mean? Like, he rich, why would you be stupid? That's why I get away from him. I get away from him. That's why you never see me post. I don't know, I mean, I just hate being around.
Stop having those people around you that got secret hate against you. All right? Stop having those people around you that they feel like they feel so free to criticize you all the time. And then they try to make it seem like, nah, that's because the rest of them. No, nigga. Y'all keep people around you that you know don't fuck with you. I use myself as an example. You know what I do? When I don't think I can fuck with a person, I used to tell them off. I don't do that no more. I say, your energy, I don't really care for your energy. If I tell you I don't like your energy, if I like you, I'm gonna let you know I don't F with your energy. Right? I'm gonna let you know 1 time, 2 times, 3 times, whatever the case is, right? Give me 1 second. So I want to be clear about something. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. I think somebody got my phone number and been giving it out to weirdos. Hold on 1 second. But I don't give nobody this phone number, so hold on 1 second. Give me 1 second. What I mean by that is there's only like 3 people that have this phone number. No, that was in office. So I don't know what the hell that's about. Maybe it's the last person to have my telephone number. I don't know. Anyway, in any regard, I think it's just somebody just contacting me and probably just looking at me on the screen like, is this Richard? That might be the police. They might be like, nigga, you talking too much. Listen and pay attention. I want to be clear about this. I don't want there to be no misunderstanding. Listen, pay attention. These dudes know these dudes are snitches. They know. So when I don't want to deal with somebody, I try to let them know the way that you interacting with me, I don't feel comfortable. I don't like it for whatever the case is. Now, if they don't want to reciprocate and deal with me fairly, like I feel like I'm dealing with them, I say, you know what? We got our energy. We're not for each other. So sometimes you just can't tell a person you don't want to deal with them no more. You just got to mute them niggas. You can't block everybody because then they think it's beef. Nowadays, people think, oh man, they blocked me, it's beef. No, it's not beef. You're giving me energy that I don't care for. I'm trying to do some things. All your energy is taking me away from the thing that I'm trying to do. So I don't care for it. So therefore, I'm not going to block you. But what I will do is I will put you on mute. I will take away all access that you have to me. And that's how we'll rock. And that's how you got to give it up sometime. Because I'm going to tell you the number. So I'm going to say something real quick. And this is just a whole nother, just bear with me. If you try to give me the silent treatment, we will never talk again. I'll say that again. If you try to give me the silent treatment, we'll probably never talk again. Because that's abuse. That's psychological abuse. You understand? So if a person isn't telling you beforehand why whatever's not working, if a person arguing at you and tell you that if you don't do things that they want you to do it, that's different. Like me, I'll be like, yo, look, I'll try to explain. Then I'll try to explain again. I'll probably try to explain about 3 or 4 times, especially if I like you. When I realize that you're just not going to get it no matter what I say, it's because you're not listening to me. You want me to listen to you. I'm listening to you. That's how come I know that we're not at the right frequency. I'm listening to you and I'm paying attention. You're not listening to me and you're not paying attention to me. That basically means that you don't value me. I'm a tool for you. I'm not a person. So I'll just go dark on the mofo. I try blocking people, but when you block people, they take that like you mean them harm. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't block people no more when that specific type of thing happened. If I talk to you on Instagram, I put you on mute. There's only 2 or 3 people that got my phone number. Copy? So I don't got to worry about you calling me. And that's how you got to operate. Because you got a lot of people that are secret enemies, like this dude. He was Young Thug's secret enemy. Young Thug didn't know this. So that means that by him being able to give Young Thug a nod, by him being able to stand close enough to Young Thug to have a conversation with him if need be, that made other people think that they were cool. So that granted him access to shit while he a whole snitch. I'm not here to promote gangsterism. I want crime out of our communities. I want the nuclear family to be a thing again. I want it to be a thing again for people to sit with their wife and their kids or with their husband and their kids and eat dinner with no TV, no radio, no nothing. It's us. We're our own entertainment. I want that to be a thing again. I want it to be a thing again where the kids help you make dinner. Your husband and wife help you make dinner. This is a team effort. I want that to be a thing again. You understand? I want it to be a thing again when you sit around and you see one person straighten up, that you get up and find something to straighten up. And not for the other person to use it as a weapon against you when they see you doing something you like. So now they want to go straighten up because they want you to stop doing what you like. But when you're not doing anything, you might just be having the TV on and it's watching you. I want it to be a thing again, where we choose a book as a family. And maybe we're reading that book. So at the end of the week, we could get together and talk about our individual perceptions of what was happening in this chapter, then our individual perceptions of what was happening in that chapter. That's how you get to know people. Start trying to get to know your children. You got mofos out here in the street that's trying to trauma bond with your child. I'm going to say this again. You got mofos in the street that are trying to trauma bond with your child. They're creating fake situations so they could try to grow closer to your child. Grown men tried to do that shit to me. They tried to trauma bond with me. They send their little minions to come start trouble with me so they could fake pull up and try to say that they saved me from something. No, nigga, you a whole lie. Just so we can be clear. If you know, you know. So you got people out here that are trying to trauma bond with your child. They're sending other little idiot ass kids to go start some trouble with your child, and then they pulling up on your child like, I got you, when they created the whole problem. Get closer with your children. Find ways for your children to not have to be in the street and they're still being entertained. There's nothing out there in the street, homie. There's nothing. If you can go to a damn concert, you could find a concert that costs hundreds of dollars to go to, maybe $1,000 to go to. You could find things for you and your children to do once a week, twice a month, maybe once every other weekend, where y'all go and do an actual thing. You got grown people out here trying to trauma bond with your child. Now pay attention. You got grown people out here trying to trauma bond with your child so they could then have sex with them. And I'm talking about man on man. I'm talking about girl on girl. I'm going to tell you something that made me feel super uncomfortable. So I was playing basketball at this place. I'm not even going to tell you where it is. So I was playing basketball at this place. So I'm playing basketball at this place. And I'm not going to lie to you. I like going places where it's safe enough that, you know, chicks feel like they could come play, because I enjoy playing with everyone. When I grew up playing basketball at, we had high school girls that played in high school. Like, I'm in high school too, and I'm like, you know, whatever. But we had high school players, girls that played in high school, top of their class like stars that used to pull up and play basketball with us. So I just generally, I don't care. If you could play, you could play. If you can't play and you're there trying to get tips, I'm going to give you tips and pointers. You understand what I'm saying? That's just me. You understand what I'm saying? So I was at a place playing basketball. Shout out to Dark Wing. Salute. He says, peace, Jack. Peace to you, my brother. First person to do a comment. We are an hour into the show. So I want to be clear on something. I'm somewhere playing. Now, I don't know. I'm bad with ages. I'm just bad with ages. I can't tell how old people are. I just literally can't. You understand? Like, I can't. I don't know why. I just can't. I'm just not good at it. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm not good at guessing ages. I'm either gonna guess way too old or I'm gonna guess way too young. I'm just not good at it. So I'm at a place and I'm playing basketball, and there's a specific female that played basketball at this place every once in a while or whatever, right? So one day, so I've always got like weird playing basketball with this particular person. I'm one of those guys that when I'm playing basketball with a chick, unless she's overly aggressive and physical, I tend to give her space. I'm really quick. So I don't need to be up on nobody. I don't need to be pushing and shoving. I don't need to do that. You understand what I'm saying? So I'll back up and give the girl room. I'm quicker than you. I'm a man. I'm most likely going to be faster than you. I mean, stronger than you. So, you know, and I'm really not trying to block every one of your shots. I'm not trying to get every steal. I'm not really trying to do any of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm going to win anyway. Like, if you was a dude, I'd probably win if I wanted to. So I don't really care. So I played basketball with this particular person a couple of times, and I always felt weird because, you know, the girl was always blushing or whatever, and that makes me feel uncomfortable, not for nothing. So it shouldn't, but it does. Even if I thought the person was of age, it just makes me feel uncomfortable. So this particular day, I'm playing basketball, and the girl shows up, and she's holding some other girl's hand. And then they sit down on the bench, and they start kissing. And that's not the part that disturbed me. The part that disturbed me is the girl sat down, started kissing the girl, and then looked at me and started smiling. So that absolutely unsettled me. Just absolutely unsettled me. It made me feel so uncomfortable. I played basketball for about 10, 15 more minutes, and then I left and went home. This is a fact. Because I'm not here for that. Okay, so I was really good when I was a teenager. And one of the things that used to happen was chicks would come and wait for me to finish playing basketball and take me back to their crib. Like, I was that nigga. You understand? I was that nigga. Just so we could be clear. So that just made me feel uncomfortable because I'm not here for that. I might go play basketball today, by the way. I'm not here for that. You understand what I'm saying? So I say all that to say this. Get in your kid's life. Most of you parents don't know what your kids are. Y'all don't know them. This world that we live in keep people distracted so they can't engage in the things that's important. This world that we live in keeps families separated, keeps the father and the mother at odds with each other, keeps the husband and the wife at odds with each other. How can we raise the kids if we're always arguing? How could the kids know the appropriate way to conduct themselves if the child can't see the mother and the father engaging in a healthy relationship? The first actual relationship that children have is the mother and the father. And the first representation of a relationship that they can view is the way the mother and the father treat each other. This is important. If you ask the people around where I live, I generally don't talk to people. And it's not because I don't like to. Because I really love talking to people. If you go to any other neighborhood I've ever lived in, they'll tell you I walk up and down the block saying hi to everybody. Copy? They'll tell you I walk up and down the block not only saying hi to everybody, but I'll stop and say, do you need some help? If I see you doing something. I'm that guy. Copy? So I live somewhere now. I'm a little bit older. And because of a lot of the BS that happens on the internet, I understand that I can't be as friendly as I would like to be. I'm going to tell you what was one of the dopest things, and we're going to talk about the kids in a second, but I'm going to tell you what's one of the dopest things that is always said about me with every female I've ever dated when I've lived in New York City. And their thing is, you know everybody. Yeah, because I spent a lot of my life just being nice to people. So it's not that I know everybody. It's just that almost everywhere we go, there's going to be people who have a good, fond memory of me. Kendra even came on and told y'all once. Everywhere we go, I know somebody. Because everywhere I go, I'm kind and I'm nice to people, generally speaking. There's neighborhoods that if I walk through right now and some idiot had the nerve to try to step to me and say any kind of weirdo shit, niggas would just tell me, nah, we got this. And let me just keep walking and they'll handle it. And this is before I was on the internet, just so we could be clear. This is before I ever made a YouTube video, just so we could be clear. So I say all that to say this. Be the change you want to see in the world. And the first place that we got to start with is grabbing them children. Because there's dudes like this guy that I just showed y'all, they snitching on everything because they don't want to go to jail. There's dudes that go to jail, they go gay, and then they come out into the real world. They don't want to go back to prison. There's dudes that go to jail, go gay, and want to go back to prison because they want to live their best gay life, and that's the only place where they could do it. But there's dudes that go to jail, go gay, but they didn't go gay on purpose. They went gay because somebody made them. Them niggas is snitching. Them niggas is snitching as soon as they can. A lot of y'all big homies was forced into servitude. This is real talk. I know a lot of people that did jail time. And I'm telling you right now, that shit was real. It just recently switched around, kind of. But they do it different now, for the most part. They date you. See, before, they dated you. They give you stuff here and there. They look out for you here and there. Now you owe them something. A lot of y'all kids is going to jail to get banged by another dude. A lot of y'all daughters is going to jail to get gang raped by a whole bunch of chicks stuffing stuff up inside them. And I'm telling you this because this is what happens. Start being real with your kids. Start giving your children options. Stop thinking anytime that you're not at work that that's your time. That's not your time. Stop forcing your kids to do things that they don't want to do. Find interests that they have. Do their interests sometimes. I'm going to tell you who the best fathers are right now. That video game dude. I'm going to tell you who some of the more best fathers is right now. That athletic guy. Because all of these are activities that the children could come get involved in. But y'all out here marrying the dude that's an alcoholic. Y'all out here marrying the dude that got drug problems. Y'all kicking them basketball players to the side for whatever the reason is. And y'all kicking the video game guys to the side because they nerds. But those is the mofos that's going to spend the most time with their children. I'm going to say that again. Women nowadays choose the guys that let them do whatever they want to do. Guess what? Those are the worst fathers. Shout out to Nick the Slick. Those are the worst fathers. Y'all out here dating. This is real talk. Y'all out here dating dudes that's just okay with you doing whatever. Because you want to be able to wear whatever clothes you want to wear. You want to be able to go out to the club. You want to be able to do all of these things that might go against God. You make that the most important thing in your life. Women control access to sex. Men control access to relationships. Y'all out here choosing the dude that got drug problems. Why? Because he's easily to manipulate. You're out here choosing the dude that don't have no drive in life. Why? Because he's easy to manipulate. You're not choosing the guys that got a mission. You're not choosing the guys that got purpose. You're not choosing the guys. If a dude is sitting down playing video games all day, you know the only thing better than playing video games by yourself? Playing video games with your friends. You know who your child's first friend should be? Their parents. They're out here choosing guys that are ill-equipped to raise children. Then y'all mad at them. And then y'all also say all guys are like these guys that y'all are choosing because you don't want a nerd. You don't want a guy that play video games. For some reason, that's a bad thing. A guy that stays home and don't get into trouble. You don't want a guy that got purpose, because if you got a guy that got purpose, that means you got to step your game up. That means you got to be held accountable and responsible. You can't date a guy that has purpose and not be responsible. But you could date a dude that got a drug problem, got an alcohol problem, and not be responsible. Because they're not responsible. They have no purpose. And if you think this is me tearing down women, I'm actually tearing down men. I'm just talking about it from a male perspective. There's men out here that you should not be having children with, but you choose them. And just so we could be clear, I'm not talking about you had a child with a dude, he lived six states away, he lived 2 states away, he lived 6 hours from you, and now you complaining he don't see the kid enough. He lives 6 hours from you. I've heard women say that they don't want to let the father of their child in their life, in the child's life, unless they're in a relationship together. And then they be impossible to be in a relationship with. Shout out to Nick the Slick dropping that froze. Shout out to New Orleans. So we as a community has to do better. I'm going to tell you the dopest thing about my football coach. This is the dopest thing. He took a whole bunch of kids that had nothing to do with their free time. He wasn't the best coach. He wasn't the best role model. But he took a whole bunch of kids that had nothing to do with their free time, and he helped give a lot of us purpose. He basically took his free time and came and played with us. There's always been a part of me that admired that so much, being I'm a person that I'm not saying this to get at my pops or nothing like that, but my father has never been interested in anything I've ever done in my life. To have a grown man interested in what my life was going to turn into had interested in just me. That changes children's lives. Those are the real role models. And sometimes that role model isn't going to come from your blood. Sometimes that role model is just going to stumble on you. All right? Those are the real role models. Even though I don't think he liked me much, I still learned a lot from him. Shout out to Coach Young. A player's player. We need more of that in our community. We need more of men taking their free time and spending it with some of these children that they mothers, the single mothers. There's so many single mothers out here. And we need men spending more of their free time, just showing children that there's good men out here in the world. But be careful, because there's also some weirdo ass kids out here in the world that's gonna try to get you caught up in shit that don't got shit to do with nothing. Right? So be careful. But we need more men like that. This is just a factual statement. We need less men that's concerned with what's happening on the block. And we got more men. We need more men that's concerned with what is the block going to turn into. This is just a fact, man. What time we got? We had 11. If there's any questions, put it into the chat. This was about that snitch, Woody. And once again, the only way that I could have conversations about these snitches is explaining how we got to change this whole dynamic of crimes in our community. When we go to other people's community, they got shit set up for their kids. They got functions. They got shit set up. I'm going to tell you something that I was when I was a kid. I was a teenager. I was in my last year of high school, I believe. It was my last year of high school. It was the year I graduated, one of the two. And I was an escort. Not an escort, like escort. I was an escort where I had to learn ballroom dancing and shit like that. So I went to a class to learn how to appropriately take a female out on a date, my nigga. I learned how to do the waltz. I learned a lot of shit. Why don't we have that? Why don't we have something like that? Because it's lame? Yes, I learned how to do ballroom dancing. I'm different. I haven't did it in years, but I'm pretty sure if I started doing it, I'd pick it up like that. Why do my left hand always snaps like that? I don't know. But I am a righty, but you see, I always go to snap on my left first for some strange reason. So yeah, I learned ballroom dancing, my nigga. I was gonna do some escort shit or whatever the case is. So I had to learn how to do ballroom dancing. I had to learn how to take a woman out on a date. Like, why aren't we teaching these type of tactics and characteristics, not tactics, but these type of mannerisms to our youth? Where's the funding for that, New York City? Oh, we be teaching these kids how to be a man. Is that the issue? Because our current government isn't here for that. Our current government is saying little boys should try being little girls first to make sure that they don't like it. That's weird. Little girls should try to be little boys first. Make sure that you wasn't born wrong. That's weird. Learned how to do the waltz specifically, and a couple of other dances. It was fun. It was fun, legitimately fun. Especially for a guy that, even at that age in my life, I spent most of my time, like, doing sports and stuff. So I didn't really cross a lot of my events, a lot of my activities didn't cross over. The only time I actually went and was doing anything with a female was if me and my friends went out to go look for girls. You understand? Other than that, I would, or I hang out in the hood in front of my building. We got a lot of chicks that live in the neighborhood. Other than that, you understand what I'm saying? I wasn't going places where I would organically bump into females that I didn't know. That's the point I'm trying to make. So I basically grew up knowing the same little bunch of females that I always knew. I dated quite a few of them, by the way. And I'm not saying dated like, I'm saying, just dated. You know what I'm saying? Just, we was boyfriend, girlfriend for a couple of months, maybe boyfriend and girlfriend for a year, or whatever the case might be. I'll probably more likely tell you I didn't sleep with a female before I tell you that I did. I don't think that that's the gauge of a man. When we was kids, it was. But as I got older, I realized that's not the gauge of a man. If you have to determine how manly you are by how many females you slept with, I just don't understand that. That's not an accomplishment. You know what accomplishment is? Be married to the same woman for 10 years and she's still happy. That's an accomplishment. You know what an accomplishment is? Raising some kids that then grow up and still love you and are productive members of society. That's an accomplishment. Those are accomplishments. But I get it. I get it in full. Since we've been taught and raised that men ain't shit and all they want to do is have sex with anything, young boys are led to believe at a very young age that the way that you are masculine and show your dominance is by how many females you've slept with. Like this is the animal kingdom. The odd thing about that is this is stuff that women teach you. This is something women teach you, not men. Or should I say women generally teach you, for the most part. That's a learned trait from females. And that's probably why I don't have it. I didn't grow up with no women, really. I grew up with just dudes. Did I have my people, shout out to Zig, did I have my people who this is stuff that they used to say? Yeah. But it was more so as guys brag. And even back then, if you talk to a person like Zig, who I've had millions of, not millions, obviously, but lots of these conversations with, he'll tell you, all I ever talked about was having a wife and being married and having kids and having somebody to love. That's all I ever talked about. Did I ever do other things also? I'm still a kid, yeah. I'm going to tell you what's wild real quick. I just want to say something. It's about basketball. So I see people teaching. Oh, finally, somebody actually with a comment. Okay, I'll engage with this. With a comment pertaining to the thing. Shout out to Darkwing and Nick the Slick. I know y'all at work. Y'all already commented. So Ike says, I believe that video was leaked by the state, so prospective jurors would see Thug negatively. But the video and his statements have been ruled inadmissible in court, but he most definitely told. So I just want to be clear on this. He didn't say anything here that would necessarily be able to be used in anything except for the court of public opinion. But what he did do was he helped keep the case against Thug going. You do understand this, right? When you have a person pull up to the police and say that this person is trying to shoot this person and this person is trying to kill that person, that keeps the investigation open, even if that person's statement cannot be used in the court of law. You do understand that, right? Shout out to Gas Only. I don't know what GAS stand for. I don't know if that's supposed to. I think that might just be is that some kind of, what does GAS stand for, if you don't mind me asking? You do understand that, right? I don't think, or I don't know, and I don't care if any of this is going to be used in the court of law. He's not talking about any weed smokers. He's not talking about any specific crime here that we know of that was actually committed. He's also being so vague that I don't believe that it would be that if I was a prosecutor, I wouldn't even bring it into court. Is that fair? Because he's using a lot of vague references, so I wouldn't necessarily bring this into court. But what he did do was is going to allow for them to be able to keep a case open. And I think that that is one of the main things that people, because you can't just have a case open for forever. Like, you have to be acquiring information or inquiring intel that allows for them to say, okay, the government to say, or the city or the state to say, okay, we're going to keep spending money on this. Imagine somebody thought I was a drug dealer, right? So now they're busy watching me for a whole month. They don't see me do not one drug deal. You think they're going to keep watching me? So now let's say somebody say I'm a drug dealer, right? So they've been watching me for a whole 2-3 months. They're about to finish the investigation. The investigation's about to be done. They like, you know what? We're spending too much money over here, and there's nothing here. There's just nothing here, and we need these particular officers to actually go work on something else, or whatever the case is. And then somebody gets arrested and say, no, this person sent me drug, and they're bringing intel. And this person has snitched before and has given good intel. You know what that's going to do? That's going to keep the investigation open. So my point is this, and this is what I was trying to explain previously. This statement, whether it could be used in a court of law or not, I don't know. But I do know this. It helped keep an investigation open. Now, depending on what he said, they probably did a thing. And that thing that they did will or could possibly be used in the court of law. Now, I don't know why this wouldn't be able to be used in the court of law, besides the fact that he was just being vague. So I don't know if this could or could not be used in the court of law. You're just saying that it can't. I don't know if it's inadmissible. I don't see no reason why it would be inadmissible. But I guess the fact that they leaked it is kind of proof that they don't think it'll help them in court. Is that fair? So I don't know if this is inadmissible. I don't know if this whatever the hell. But the fact that he said this, the fact that they leaked this, I believe that they don't think it's gonna be admissible, because a lot of times they leak shit is because they can't use it in a court of law. That's why they leak it. Understand? Usually, if they could use something, they're not going to leak it. Why wouldn't they leak it? Because they're trying to catch the defense off guard as much as possible. Ike still in here, or did Ike leave?
I think somebody forgot the choreography. Choreography ain't important. Just do what you do, boy. You got it. Nice boots.
I guess he's done. All right. Oh shoot, The Last of Us did come out yesterday. I didn't see it. I think I am gonna play basketball today. It said it's supposed to go up to like 60, but I'm looking at the sky. The sky does not look sunny. I prefer to play basketball on sunny days. The sky does not look sunny. Hold on, let me look at this. Is it gonna be cloudy all day? It's gonna have to get pretty warm for it to be cloudy and I go outside and play basketball. Because I need to get some exercise. Okay, it is supposed to get pretty sunny around 1 or 2 o'clock. So I might go play some basketball. What time we got? 11:30. Anything else y'all want to talk about? Put it in the chat. I generally watch the whole weather thing. I try to be up on this type of stuff. Pay attention to this type of stuff. It's snowing somewhere and not very far from here apparently. So but we might want it to be snowing in that region because of what just happened with the chemical explosion. So we might want it to be snowing. That might be actually beneficial to us.
Going on my 30th year, fourth year apprentice for over 36 years.
Just going over the weather. It's only 48 right now. It says it's supposed to get up to 56, 54, 56. All right. Sunshine and clouds mix, wind 10 to 15. All right. So I might go out there and shoot some hoops. It's supposed to rain the rest of the week. I go shoot some hoops. I'm gonna make the jump off available. Oh, so we might be having some people pull up with us on the 24th. I've been speaking to some people. We might be having some people pulling up to us with us on the 24th this Friday. I'll have the jump off up on Instagram today, and I'm gonna start talking about it all week because this is something that I want y'all guys to come pull up. I don't usually push this shit much, but I really want y'all to come pull up. So I seen somewhere where somebody was actually selling the tickets for 25. So I won't dub the tickets for 25. I won't drop the tickets for 25 for 30. I do the tickets at 25. I want to stay I'm not trying to price gouge. I'm just trying to stay in the same area where everybody else is that's pushing tickets out for this event. So I seen somebody doing it for 25. So I think I'm going to put the tickets at 25. If you just want to support the platform, so you want to give 30, you can do that. But remember, when we pull up to these events, I'm coming to these events to have fun. I'm coming to these events to enjoy myself. So I would like for a couple of you guys to pull up. I got a couple of people that might be pulling up. It is gonna be lit. I hope they do pull up. I got a couple of I don't want to say nothing right now because I'm not sure if they're gonna be there. So I'll be in communications with them this week. I don't want to put nobody on the spots over ears, but I'm hoping that we're gonna I'm hoping that they're gonna pull up because I wanna go to one. I be going to these events sometimes and I just be by myself. And if I'm by myself, I'm just there to work. But if I have people there with me, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna enjoy myself. And in that case, when we go live, it's gonna be lit because I'm gonna be with people I like. So we're gonna see if we can get some of our peoples to pull up. But when I be going to these spots, like there be people that be trying to vibe with me. Don't get this confused. There's people that F with me. They be trying to vibe with me. But you know, I don't always know who's who. And every time I try to be friendly with people, then all of a sudden they turn out to be people I shouldn't have tried to be friendly with. So that's really kind of jaded me a little. I'm trying my best, y'all. So bear with me. With that being said, I think I'm gonna let y'all get up out of here. Is there anything that y'all want to talk about? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna walk away for a moment. If there's anything that y'all want to talk about, and that's wild. All of the people that did drops today don't want to be mentioned. I won't mention y'all, but I do want to say thank you. Oh, shoot. I was invited to another jump off. Wait a sec. Oh, this was yesterday. I didn't make it. I didn't see it until right now. I don't know if I would have went, but I didn't see it until right now. Wait, everybody's off of work today. That's why nobody's in here. Y'all mean y'all only pull up and chat with me when y'all at work? What are y'all doing? Sleeping late? Probably banging the wife. Y'all banging the wife? Be right back. I'll let y'all listen to this weird.
I might supposed to get killed tonight.
Who?
You know who.
I don't know who. There's so much going on in the city. I don't know who. You're gonna have to. Your friend's not here. Nobody can hear you. Like your friend's not here. We moved him for that purpose.
The personality think that I did tell me anything. He wants him. He want him as bad.
So you're talking about Jeffrey. I don't know.
This somebody who close to me.
Is it Young Thug?
I didn't say no name. This nigga here is so smart that he moving different. It's hard to keep up with how he moving.
What do you mean?
So he not moving how he used to move. Reckless. He moved different. But he want this nigga so bad that he's back reckless. No, it's different because they trust me. They trust me. Even with the situation with me and Thug, we both look at each other's sideways.
I guess I bullshit with y'all a little while longer. I don't know. So I want to tell y'all something real quick. So shout out to this guy. I want to tell y'all something real quick, real funny shit. So I was talking to my homie yesterday, right? So he was like, yo, he might fly up. And wait, he's flying up or is he driving up? I don't know. I was talking to a couple of my homies yesterday. So one of them was like, they might pull up. So I'm busy talking to him and we talking. He was like, yo, man, you need to smoke. And I'm busy thinking to myself, I ain't smoked weed in like 2 weeks, maybe 3 weeks. And then I'm thinking to myself even more. And I'm like, I don't know many people who can operate like that. Like, I don't know many people, and I'm not knocking nobody, but I don't know many people that could turn off drinking, turn it off, smoking, just turn it off. I gotta have a pretty strong willpower. Like, my willpower has to be pretty good. For be an individual, I could just turn off smoking. I could just turn off drinking, turn off smoking. Like I have total control over my own physiology. So I was just thinking about that shit. Because I was also thinking I might smoke this weekend. I might smoke on Friday. I don't know. I know I'm not going to smoke before then. But I might smoke on Friday. I might smoke at the event. I might. I know I'm going to have at least one drink, but I might smoke on Friday. I was thinking about it. Maybe he's over here. Maybe he's Yes, I thought that was pretty funny and shit. He was like, yo, you probably need to smoke. I was like, and I was thinking to myself, I was like, when was the last time I smoked? I was like, shit, I ain't smoking a dumb long time. I don't even think about that shit. I literally wasn't even thinking about it. I don't plan on smoking. That's why I keep trying to tell people. If somebody tells you I do anything other than smoke weed and drink regular liquor, they lying. I don't do. And what are they doing? They selling me shit that ain't weed? That's the only other way. Because you're lying. I'll smoke weed. That's it. Matter of fact, there's people that'll tell you I've been with them and they've smoked and I don't smoke. They got the weed. Yo, you want to roll one up? Nah, I'm good. Yo, we going outside. You want to smoke? Nah, I'm good. I'm not going to blow nobody up. But I'm just saying, there's people. They'll tell you. I just thinking about that shit. Like, there's really individuals out there telling people that I'm on all type of different drugs. And there's other people that believe that shit. And I'm like, what in the hell? I didn't see this. I probably would have went. And it started at 11 at night. I probably would have went. I need to learn how to do better Afro beats dances. I would have probably went. I don't know. I don't know. I can't say yeah. I can't say no. I don't know. Thought it was interesting. I'm really out here. Like, I'm really out here just being able to do mentally strong enough to be able to just, like, there's not a lot of people who could just smoke weed and just quit. There's not a lot of people that could do that, man. Don't let them lie to you. Okay, see, I'll do this stuff, but I don't want to have to get the jab. That's the only reason why I haven't been going for none of those. I got booked for a couple of gigs, like movie gigs, but I got to get the jab, so I don't do them. I'm going to see if they still trying to say I got to get the jab. If they still saying I got to get the jab, I guess I'll keep waiting. But yeah, I got booked for, like, I be getting booked for movie gigs, homie, but they be saying you got to get the jab. I refuse to get the jab. I was just looking at an email, that's all. Anyway, I'm going to let y'all go. Everybody enjoy your day. Go do good stuff. I don't really need to go out and get nothing, right? But I guess I'll go run to the store. I might need to, I don't know if I'm going to play basketball. I'm going to definitely need Gatorade. Maybe we don't go out. I don't need nothing. Everybody enjoy your day. Have a beautiful day. Go do stuff. Videos are dropping today. 10-minute videos are dropping. I'm definitely not going to play basketball until I drop at least one 10-minute video. So videos are dropping today. I got one in the chamber. So videos are dropping today. I'm gonna try to, so hopefully two, I get 2 out before I actually go play basketball. If I go play basketball, I think I'm gonna shoot around. If the sun comes out and it gets 50, 52, 53 degrees and the sun is out, I'm definitely going to shoot some hoops. That's a fact. Unless I just go there and it's just the vibe is off. I'm like, I don't got time. I don't want no problems. I'm 100%. I've lived a real big portion of my life seeing shit that's dangerous or bullshit and saying, fuck that. I'm gonna go do what I want to do and I don't care. I'm just at that portion of my life where I'm just like, I just rather avoid the BS now. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna lie. When I was living the other way, always exciting. And I just acquired many blessings and just always exciting. Don't get it confused. But I think I'm at that point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with this. I'm like, like I don't know if I want to deal with this, man. Like, and it looked like, see, I told you, whenever I get happy, my eyes look like I've been smoking. Like, I don't want to deal with this. I get right to that point, I'm like, I don't know if I want to deal with this. So unless that happened, we might go live. You know what? I might go live while I'm shooting hoops. Turn some music on, and let y'all see me, you know, shoot some hoops and go through some steps and go live. Maybe some people come out there and I film us playing basketball. But if there's people that I think is gonna be like a problem with, I'm just not gonna do it. Like, you don't understand, man. Look, I used to have a rage issue. It was a frustration issue. And the reason in which why I had it was because of the way I was raised in violence. Like before they abandoned me, it was this violence. So I acquired a frustration issue. It really wasn't a rage issue; it was a frustration issue. So I'm always combating with that. So when people see me trying to avoid issues and avoid problems, a lot of that is because I'm scared of going back down a path that I know that the Lord don't want me to be on, because the Lord hates violence. So I understand how sometimes that's mistaken for something else. But I used to have a real rage issue, a real, and it was bad. I grew up, they called me Psycho Bob. That was my literal name. That's what everybody called me. I had a real bad issue. And it took me a long time to get that under control. So I'm happy now that I feel like I have it under control. And when I get it perfectly in perfect alignment with myself, I'll be able to aim it where it needs to be aimed. And that's why sometimes you see me get into a back and forth with an individual in the comment section, and people think that I'm just being difficult or whatever. But in reality, they're saying things or they're doing things that it's like, if this was 10 years ago, I would have just encountered it so much differently. Not even a little bit longer than that. And that's another reason why I think one of the most important people I ever met in my life was Kendra. Because I never had somebody that was so soft with me that it allowed for me to improve certain aspects of my personality. Like, she was just really soft with me. And that's why I do not want to date any female that's overly aggressive. I don't want to date no masculine woman. Like, if you're masculine, it's not for me. You understand? I don't want to date anybody I think is going to trigger me. I just don't want to date no masculine women. I'm not mad at y'all. Stay masculine. Shout out to you. But it's not for me. You understand? It's just not for me. With that being said, everybody, enjoy your day. Go do some good stuff out there. And remember, the children got to come first. There got to be some point in our lives where I don't care what going on out in the world, however you think that you got to do whatever you got to do to survive. There got to be some point in our lives where we say, The next generation got to do better than the current generation. And until we get that type of mindset, and until we start moving like that, and I'm talking to the OGs in the neighborhood, because not all OGs are bad. There's a lot of good OGs out there. All right. There's a lot of, every neighborhood has some good dudes. All right. Every neighborhood. Every single neighborhood has some good dudes. And let's start supporting them so they can win back the streets for us. Not every gang is a bad gang. Let's start supporting the good dudes in the neighborhood so they can win back the streets, because the police is never going to be able to win the streets back for us. That ain't going to happen. They're trying. And by them trying, that just means putting people in jail. By them trying, that means shooting and killing innocent people. You understand? They're not going to be able to win the streets back from us. We got to win our own streets back. So we got to start supporting the good dudes in the community. We know who they are. You know who they are. You know who the lame dudes is. You know who the dudes is in your community that's sending the kids the wrong way. You know who the dudes is in your community that's keeping everybody beefing and arguing. You know who they are. You know who the dudes is in the community that's gossiping like women. You know who they are. You know. I'm not even talking about snitches at this point. I'm just talking about the people that keep the bullshit going. Always remember, that gossip is the opposite of the gospel. And the gospel is the good word, the truth. Keep that in mind. Let's say we didn't even say our word for the day. And I hope y'all all, before y'all kids walked out the house today, I hope everybody read Psalms 23 with them. I hope everybody put the armor on your children before they walk out the door, whether they want it or not. We had Matthew's verse 10, line 16. Let's look at the whole line real quick. Let's look at the whole verse real quick. Jesus is speaking. This is really, really long. I'm going to read the whole thing, though, because Jesus is speaking. Jesus sends out the 12. Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. What was I just talking about? There's some good dudes in every hood. Could we please start supporting them? Could we please start supporting them? It's literally what Jesus sends out the 12. Jesus called his 12 disciples to him and gave them authority to drive out impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. Just one more thing I want to say before I go any further. Literally, driving out impure spirits from your body heals you from disease and sickness. That's literally what that says. Literally. These are the name of the 12 apostles. First, Simon, who is called Peter, and his brother Andrew. James, son of Zebedee, and his, I don't know how to say that name, my apologies. And his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew the collector and the tax collector, Thomas and Matthew the tax collector, James son of Alphaeus and Thaddeus, Simon the zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Jesus' words. Do not go among the Gentiles or into any town of the Samaritans. Go further. I want to say something. I'm so sorry I keep stopping. But I keep telling you, Jesus didn't come for everybody. Jesus came for the sheep, the Lord's sheep. He's the shepherd. He did not come for everybody. Please stop making it seem like everybody, like Jesus came for everybody. He didn't. Do not go among the Gentiles or into any town of the Samaritans. Go further to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely you give. Do not get any gold or silver or copper to make with you in your belts. Do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belts. No bag for the journey, or extra shirt, or sandals, or staff. For the worker is worth his keep. Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person to stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Truly, I tell you, it will be more memorable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment for that town. Now, I want to be clear about something. Anyone can be saved inside of the Most High. Anyone. I don't care what nationality you belong to. If you take Jesus Christ as your Lord and Savior, you can be saved. Copy? It doesn't matter what your nationality is. Remember, just so we can be clear, that lady came to Jesus and asked him to save her daughter. One of the apostles said, "Why give the food of the people to the dogs?" And he said, "If you have the faith of a pea, the faith of a pea." Okay? So having faith in the Most High through Jesus Christ is the way to the Lord. I am sending you out like sheep amongst the wolves. This is why I don't embrace when people say we are the wolves. This is why I don't embrace that. Because we are not the wolves. We are the sheep. We are the Most High's flock. I am sending you out like sheep amongst the wolves. Therefore, be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard, and you will be handed out to the local council and be flogged in the synagogues. Be on your guard. You will be handed over to the local council and be flogged in the synagogue. When you come in the Most High's name, Satan is going to attack you. On my account, you will be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time, you will be given what to say, for it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of the Father speaking through you. Brother will betray brother to his death, and a father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. You will be hated by everyone because of me, but the ones who stand firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly, I tell you, you will not finish going through the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. The student is not above the teacher, nor the servant above his master. It is enough for students to be like their teachers and servants like their masters. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebub, how much more the members of his household? So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? yet one of them will fall to the ground outside of your father's care. Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside of your father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So do not be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. However, whoever acknowledges me before others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before others, I will disown before my Father in heaven. Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against his mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds their life will lose it. Whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. Anyone who welcomes you welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward. Whoever welcomes a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to the one who has, and if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to one of those little ones who is my disciple, truly I tell you, that person will certainly not lose their reward. Amen. Literally,
impure spirits and to heal every disease and sickness. These are the names of the 12 apostles. First Simon, who is called Peter, and his brother Andrew, James son of Zebedee, and his brother John, Philip and Bartholomew, Thomas and Matthew, the tax collector, James son of Alphaeus, and Thaddeus, Simon the Zealot, and Judas Iscariot, who betrayed him. These 12 Jesus sent out with the following instructions. Do not go among the Gentiles or enter any town of the Samaritans. Go rather to the lost sheep of Israel. As you go, proclaim this message. The kingdom of heaven has come near. Heal the sick, raise the dead, cleanse those who have leprosy, drive out demons. Freely you have received, freely give. Do not get any gold or silver or copper to take with you in your belts, no bag for the journey, or extra shirt or sandals or a staff, for the worker is worth his keep. Whatever town or village you enter, search there for some worthy person and stay at their house until you leave. As you enter the home, give it your greeting. If the home is deserving, let your peace rest on it. If it is not, let your peace return to you. If anyone will not welcome you or listen to your words, leave that home or town and shake the dust off your feet. Truly, I tell you, it will be more bearable for Sodom and Gomorrah on the day of judgment than for that town. I am sending you out like sheep among wolves. Therefore be as shrewd as snakes and as innocent as doves. Be on your guard. You'll be handed over to the local councils and be flogged in the synagogues. On my account, you'll be brought before governors and kings as witnesses to them and to the Gentiles. But when they arrest you, do not worry about what to say or how to say it. At that time, you'll be given what to say. For it will not be you speaking, but the Spirit of your Father speaking through you. Brother will betray brother to death, and a father his child. Children will rebel against their parents and have them put to death. You will be hated by everyone because of me. but the one who stands firm to the end will be saved. When you are persecuted in one place, flee to another. Truly I tell you, you will not finish going through the towns of Israel before the Son of Man comes. The student is not above the teacher, nor a servant above his master. It is enough for students to be like their teachers and servants like their masters. If the head of the house has been called Beelzebul, how much more the members of his household? So do not be afraid of them, for there is nothing concealed that will not be disclosed, or hidden that will not be made known. What I tell you in the dark, speak in the daylight. What is whispered in your ear, proclaim from the roofs. Do not be afraid of those who kill the body but cannot kill the soul. Rather, be afraid of the one who can destroy both soul and body in hell. Are not 2 sparrows sold for a penny? Yet not one of them will fall to the ground outside your Father's care. And even the very hairs of your head are all numbered. So don't be afraid. You are worth more than many sparrows. Whoever acknowledges me before others, I will also acknowledge before my Father in heaven. But whoever disowns me before others, I will disown before my Father in heaven. Do not suppose that I have come to bring peace to the earth. I did not come to bring peace, but a sword. For I have come to turn a man against his father, a daughter against her mother, a daughter-in-law against her mother-in-law. A man's enemies will be the members of his own household. Anyone who loves their father or mother more than me is not worthy of me. Anyone who loves their son or daughter more than me is not worthy of me. Whoever does not take up their cross and follow me is not worthy of me. Whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life, for my sake, will find it. Anyone who welcomes you welcomes me, and anyone who welcomes me welcomes the one who sent me. Whoever welcomes a prophet as a prophet will receive a prophet's reward, and whoever welcomes a righteous person as a righteous person will receive a righteous person's reward. And if anyone gives even a cup of cold water to one of these little ones who is my disciple, truly I tell you, that person will certainly not lose their reward. After Jesus had finished instructing his 12 disciples, he went on from there to teach and preach in the towns of Galilee. When John, who was in prison, heard about the deeds of the Messiah, he sent his disciples to ask him, "Are you the one who is to come?"
Amen. Look, I played that so y'all can hear the all of those got voice recordings. And I played that specifically because that's literally what I'm always telling y'all about. Don't follow people who we're supposed to love into hell. You have a purpose. Your purpose is between you and the Most High. It has nothing to do with anybody else. The things that you're supposed to do in this world, it's not dependent on what other people do. It's dependent on what God sent you to do. These are just things that I'm always saying. These are literally things I say almost every day. These are the things that I say when people ask me why I don't get along with my family. And I say, I have a purpose. And I'm supposed to be doing certain things. How can I do those things if people try to make me choose them or God? Like, comment, subscribe. Join the notification game. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one.